up, grab the fuel nozzle, and get ready to fuel up on trends and strategies to grow your travel center business in this episode of The Truck Stops Here, brought to you by Natso. Now, here are your hosts, Amy Toner and Darren Schulte.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of The Truck Stops Here. I'm your host, Amy Toner, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Darren Schulte. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Amy. How are you today?
Good. You are listening to The Truck Stops Here, Natso's podcast. Natso is the National Trade Association for Truck Stops, and our mission is to advance the success of those truck stops. And this podcast is one of the many ways we do that. Today, we have this distinct pleasure of interviewing Norka Rodriguez, CEO of Florida 595 Truck Stop in Davie, Florida. Hi, Norka.
Hi, Amy. Hi, Darren. How are you?
Good. We
Wonderful.
are so pleased to welcome you to the Natso Foundation Board. And we thought, now that you're on the board, we wanted to make sure that our listeners and everyone at Natso knew a little bit more about you. Could you tell us a bit about your truck stop and what you have out there in Florida?
Oh, yes. So it's 44 acres. We now can park 455 trucks. We sell diesel, gas, off-road. We have a repair shop service with 7 bays. We have a truck wash. And we have a couple of tenants. And within those tenants, we have a restaurant and we have a bar. And we also have showers. Since we opened, I wanted to make sure that we had a slogan out there, and it was home away from home. So I wanted truckers to feel that not necessarily they weren't home, but they can feel the comfort and the surroundings that they needed to feel, so they can feel like if they were at home.
When did it open and how did it come into existence?
So it opened in 2011. We actually opened May 5th, 2011. And our distinguished owner was thinking about it on a napkin in a restaurant speaking to the family. And that's how that came about.
And tell me what makes it unique.
I think it's the fact that we try to make sure that everyone feels at home with it. You know, I don't want them to feel they're just another customer that's coming in and that's it. We're not going to see you again. So we're not here to make sure that they don't feel not heard and not accepted, because sometimes they go to places that they can't stay around because of their race, because it's too big. So here we were able to make sure that each day that goes by, we have at least a happy customer. Especially with this pandemic, they're essential, and they're essential in every way. They were able to provide and deliver our food and deliver all essentials that was needed throughout the world. And they need to be known and thankful for that.
Norka, Kimberly and I visited your location. I've been there a few times, but Kimberly and I visited a few years back. And I would agree with what you're saying about the friendliness. There's a lot of friendly businesses out there, a lot of friendly travel centers and truck stops. But yours in particular is one of those that you guys, the guys and the gals, or the men and the women of your business, do an exceptional job of appreciating the drivers. And I think that's when you're talking to the truck drivers that stop at your location, they feel that appreciation. And I think that's really, really critical.
Yes, I believe in this business even more, because, they can easily get on their CB radio and that's what they're going to tell. Let's try and go to 595 Truck Stop because they're going to treat you right. They have homemade cooking. They have the parking. They have the showers. They have everything that you can need as a driver when you're stopping by. And that's what we wanted to create, make sure that they felt that warmth, and make sure that they didn't feel stuck at any time.
One of the things I thought was really neat at your store is you have that pond. I don't know if that's like a retention pond or, but
It
where they
is.
have the palm trees, people walk their dogs around that area. So when we were there, that was really interesting to see all the people walking literally. I don't know if maybe they were exercising or something, but I thought that was really neat. And if I remember correctly, it's right in front of the shop, correct? Or the
That is
back of the shop.
correct.
Yeah,
That is
yeah. So
correct. Right
I,
there. That's where they walk
yeah.
them. Yep.
I thought that was a neat touch because as drivers pull into your property, they're seeing people walk around that area with the animals. I thought that was really cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's exactly where they walk them through. I'm an animal lover myself. I have a small Yorkie. He's 7.6 pounds. So, it's just nice to be able to, have that for them, have that area so they can just walk around and make sure that their pets are also taken care of.
It's a
Yeah,
nice touch.
absolutely. Thank you.
So, so it's like a pond with a walkway around it.
It's a retention area, and you can
Okay.
actually walk around it because we do have green area surrounding it. So
Mhm.
it's so comfortable and so easy when it comes to walking your pets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It might not have been the original intention, but it's definitely that's what people do now. And in fact, I think people run around it. There were some people, maybe I wouldn't say running, but walking. So it's become kind of like, at least when I was there, it seemed like it was a natural place to walk your dog, natural place to get up and walk because it's kind of pretty. It's got palm trees
Yes.
around it. The water's in there. So, anyways,
It's funny you mentioned that because the other day I just saw a couple doing yoga.
ah,
Ah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's not often you see something like that in a truck stop in terms of that's the first thing the drivers they see. So when you're pulling into a property, you see the people walking around. It's quite nice. So
Yeah, that's why I wanted to, when you think about truck stop, people think, oh my God, I'm going to go to a dirty place. Oh my God, what type of people am I going to see? Oh my God, what am I going to do? But this is what I wanted to create. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we were here for them. And this was, targeted for them. And that's what the owner wanted. He wanted to make sure that they felt comfortable at all times and that they were able to do everything they needed to do, not being at home.
when I was doing my research on you, on your website, it seemed like your CB shop was an important part of your business and your culture. Can you tell us about the CB shop?
So we had a CB shop.
Mhm.
He's no longer with us. He's retired.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they would come in and get the radios connected. But now technology has advanced so much
Okay.
that the sale of the CB radios has come down, down, down. So he decided, here and there he would come if they call him. Like if they call us, he'll come to the site and he'll do it. But it's not something that a lot of people are asking for anymore. Because everybody with technology right now, I mean, there's nothing that you can't do with your phone right now.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was interested to see that you had an online shop. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So we had so much inventory in the repair shop that we decided to take all the overflow and put it online so we can sell it at a very reduced price for
Mhm.
anybody that needs it so they can purchase it. So, yes, we're thinking to go live with it next month.
That's awesome.
I have a question. So the bar, which if, again I'm working off memory here, so please slap me if I'm wrong, Norka. But
Yeah.
the diesel bays, uh, so where their trucks are fueled, then their bar is right next to that area. Is that correct? Where the outdoor
Across.
seating across?
Because the pumps are connected to the main building, which is connected to the C store, which takes you to the restaurant, which takes you to that back area where you were thinking of, where they walk
Okay.
the dogs. Then if you come back into the building, you have the repair shop on the other side. So
Okay.
when you come outside that building and you look across, the bar is right across from you.
Okay, so that's then what I must be thinking about. That's the restaurant that has the outdoor seating. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, okay.
Correct.
So my question is, how during the pandemic that must have been a huge benefit for you with some of the lockdowns and so forth. The fact that you already had built-in outdoor seating for your restaurant. Did that help? Was
Absolutely.
that beneficial?
Absolutely beneficial, especially when you had to maintain those 6 feet apart, and it came in very handy when you can only have 10 people in the store. Being that the store is connected to the restaurant and it was only 10 people, we had to send people, the restaurant had to send people directly outside. So absolutely, we had some challenges. I can't say we didn't, but it worked out much better for us for the fact that they were able to sit outside. Absolutely.
I was actually, similar question. How has your business changed this year in the year of COVID?
I think it's changed for everyone, not only in business but personal. You know, we now see things a little differently, and we do business a little differently. We now make sure that everybody is safer than what we used to think of on the little small things about washing your hands, keeping the distance, keeping your mask, disinfecting. We also learn how essential our businesses are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We never closed down because we're considered a triple threat essential. And the fact that we were able to help so many people during the pandemic, not only on the business side, but also on the personal side with our employees, no one lost their jobs. I think just gave us a great satisfaction to know that we were able to fulfill, you know, in either way, business and personal with our employees. And you actually see your customers differently. You appreciate them more. You know, if you appreciated them 100, now you're appreciating 200% because you understand where they're coming from, their sacrifices, understand more the day to day. You know, we know that they sacrifice themselves because they're on the road all the time. And if they have a baby, maybe they miss that first walk. But they're doing all that for us. So you kind of see it a little more differently and appreciate things even more after the pandemic. Absolutely.
That was very well said.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's really nice.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any like future plans? What's next?
So right now we're finishing up the paving. You probably remember the parking in the back.
I do.
We were parking maybe 300 trucks. We're now parking 455, and we're looking to expand a little bit more. So that's what we're looking for in the next year. Absolutely. We have a shortage of parking in Florida, and I think we're going to be able to fulfill that void. We're hoping to.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you do anything fun in your parking lot? I know we have some members out there that sometimes on the weekends they'll do movie nights or they'll do different things. Do you do anything like that by chance?
We're now gonna have a Corvette show in the summer. Looking forward for that. I know that the bar does. They play pool and they win trophies. So, and I here and there have a customer appreciation day. The last couple of weeks, we've had free COVID testing for all truck drivers.
Oh, good for you.
And let them buy a kit for $10. So just in case they don't feel well while they're on the road, they know that they can purchase it and they can have a free COVID test right there with them. So yeah, that's what we've been doing trying to work and make sure that they know that they're safe and they're healthy for them to continue to do what they need to do. And then we'll have a nice fun show in the summer.
Cool.
Yes.
I got one more question. It's kind of COVID related. Do you think there are what would you say the one thing that you're currently doing because of COVID that you will continue to do? Is there something that will continue to be lasting even after COVID leaves? Would you say?
I think the cleaning and the disinfecting. I think so. I think the cleaning is going to stay with us and the disinfecting is going to stay with us. I think that if we can keep germs away, I think this is going to be the way to go. Especially how you hear the news. There's a couple of variants coming out within COVID. And if we can stop that from spreading, and I think that would be helpful to continue the cleaning. I would definitely say that.
I think you're spot on. I think that's one thing for sure that no NATSO member or non-NATSO member out there should let go, because we've created a standard and an expectation now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Before we let you go, we're going to ask you a few fun questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. What is your go-to on the road snack?
Almonds.
Almonds. Okay. If you're stuck at a truck stop in a snowstorm, how do you pass the time?
Reading.
Reading. Okay. Do you prefer to ride or drive?
Oh no, I'm a driver.
How do you take your truck stop coffee?
I do too. Okay, so we're in South Florida. We're known for the Cuban shot. So I have my Cuban shots and I have my light and sweet. So I do both.
Okay, and we'll end with a controversial question. Is it truck stop, travel center, or travel plaza?
This is definitely a truck stop. It's designed for truckers. We accommodate our truckers, and we want to make sure that our truckers are known to be taken care of. And this is the place to be.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Of course, it was a pleasure. It's an honor. It was a pleasure to, speak to you both, and I hope you both have a great day.
Thank you, Norka, and congratulations on the foundation board seat.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Truck Stops Here. You can find us online at www.natso.com/podcast. If you have any questions, send it to me at editor@natso.com. Goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
The Truck Stops Here was brought to you by NATSO, the association representing truck stops and travel centers. Visit natso.com for more information. The Truck Stops Here is produced by NATSO in collaboration with Human Factor. Producers are Amy Toner and Darren Schulte.